Riding out in China on borrowed horses. This is quick.
Certainly is. Where's the clock going to stop?
This is quick.
29-25, new leader.
It's taken 2 seconds off him.
Absolutely. We said we were bringing you some of the world's best, and Emmanuel proves it once again here at the Equestrian.com Liverpool International Horse Show. He now leads the way in the Horsford Island Welcome Stakes. Great round, Corinne. Push right the way through.
That was class. Class round.
Well, that will take some beating. By far the quickest time we've seen, 29-25, as we look towards the Netherlands now, with Italy leading from Belgium and Ireland. Those are the top 3 nations. But for the Netherlands now, Johnny Pauwels. And this, the Highline Stud's top hero.
Johnny just keeping that horse listening, keeping that horse working with him. And that fence is absolutely across the arena, across the short side. And the course builder does that really to put you off balance and to stop you staying in your rhythm. And that is exactly what Johnny's horse did. He lost his rhythm there, that then caused him to lose the rhythm to the next fence. So he had both those down, and as soon as he's jumped this plank, we'll hear that bell ring again.
Well, Kelvin Bywater is the course designer, setting the tracks here for the Equestrian.com Liverpool International Horse Show. Certainly setting them a fair challenge here in this opening ranking competition. But it's 8 faults there in the first phase for Johnny Pauwels, as his round then finishes at that point. But of course we'll see him again over the duration of the show. Well, all the classes, all of the jumping action, of course, coming live as well on the live stream. Don't miss any of it. And tonight, of course, we'll bring you the Whistles from Liverpool. But it is to Belgium again. And what a talent. In fact, no, sorry, it's Italy now. It is, of course, Italy leading, but Italy now with Peugeot and heartbreaker Van der Achterhoel.
And again, he's got this horse in a lovely rhythm round the corner there. Jumping across that fence, up through the double, and then this roll back turn again. Kelvin trying to break the rhythm, trying to keep the... and again, a little bit too deep there and had that fence down. It's a beautiful fence, that Liverpool fence, but you cannot be deep at it. Not when it's got a big water tray set behind it.
Well, that means it's 4 in the first phase there from Peugeot. And their round will conclude at that point, but it is Italy that lead the way still. Emmanuel Guardiano out in front with that super quick clear. So, Emmanuel leading from Willem Vermeer and Shane Breen. Leading time still 29-25. Well, to another rider ranked well inside the world's top 50. This young man from Belgium, Constant van Paesschen. Constant with Compard van der Hel.
And what a talent this boy is. He can compete against the best of them and make a very good job of it.
Well, another with a rich family history in this sport. Father Stanley competed at 3 Olympics, which included winning the bronze in the team back in 1976 at the Montreal Games.
Mother wasn't so bad either.
Not too bad at all. European Junior champion bronze medalist there as well.
This horse has just had that number 3 down behind. Bit of a lazy rail, really. Just didn't finish the jump early enough with the hind leg. So Constance now just making it think a little bit, making him work hard. And again, little spook at that fence there off the corner.
Well, fences down in the first phase for the bell sounds. So keep your eye out for him over the course of the show. Rider we've seen regularly competing at the Longines Global Champions Tour Series. But picks up those 8 faults here in the first phase. Of this, the Equestrian.com Liverpool International Horse Show, led at the moment by Italy before the break. Emanuele Guadiano, the winner of the World Cup, of course, from Olympia, 29.25, that leading time. It's a two-phase competition, and in the ring now, Robert Smith and Germano E. Corin.
Yeah, we're sorry for the short delay there. Antelo's had just suffered a cut when he tripped over that oxer, so very important the horse welfare came into play then. The cut's been dealt with by the vets. The vets have put the horse in the horse ambulance and he's off to be checked out now. But it was important that that horse got looked at as quickly as possible, and that happened to be in the tunnel, so we couldn't get anybody in or out. So now we've got Robert in. Now Robert thinks an awful lot of this horse. You can see he's a neat horse, big jumping horse, and I think Robert's riding as well as I've seen him ride in years.
I would agree with that. Base back over here in Warwickshire now.
And back inside to that double of verticals, moves up a gear there.
Well, although Italy and Emanuele lead this class, there's some very quick combinations still to come. And Robert's not hanging around.
Good turn back there to the Myoplas fence. Robert's not hanging around at all. Don't think he's quite quick enough, but it's a good rub. Nearly a little rub at the last there.
Well, he needed a little bit of luck, and he certainly had it. 31.36 is the time. It's not going to take the lead, as you can see, but it is good enough to go into third. The best of the British riders there is Robert Smith, as it stands then with Germano E. That leading time to beat 29.25 of Emanuele Guadiano. And it's Willem Vermeer, the first to go, that still sits in second. But I think Robert will be pleased with that opening.
I think Robert will be very pleased with that opening. I mean, I think the horse jumped very, very well then. It looks a scopy horse. He looks like he's very rideable as well, which is good.
Well, to another of the British riders, part of the gold medal winning European Championship team from 2013, William Funnell, and this the horse that he rode that day, Billy Congo. And by William and Donald Barnwell, and of course the Billy stud that has now become such a terrific home of breeding in this country.
Absolutely right. I mean, they've done an amazing job with the breeding. William's wife Pippa eventing the horses, William show jumping the horses, and not to mention the group of young riders that William supports from his yard as well. He has got some fantastic riders down at his yard working for him. Great advocate of producing young riders within the working system. And I think he's absolutely right. It's definitely the best place for them. Billy Congo having a good time around here. A little bit of a buck and a kick there. And when you look at Billy Congo, you just remember that round in that European Championship, Gareth, that he jumped to win. That clear round was unbelievable.
Jumped for his life, and like his life depended on it that day.
Well, the medal depended on it. So
it did. But no, and this, of course, a horse that William has produced all the way through, and is now producing stock of his own.
William not taking this horse against the clock. I think he'll save him for better things for the end of the week. Although it's a rankings class, he'd want a big course for him to jump, which this is, but he wouldn't necessarily want to gallop him on the first day either.
Well, that one fence down here in the second phase. And as you said, just taking it steady as he comes back to this final line.
Horse looking really sweet round there, actually, Gareth, isn't he?
Yep, looking well is Billy Congo. 45.10 is the final time, and the 4 faults there in that second phase. It's 8 then for William Funnell. And still Italy lead, Emanuele Guadiano, 29.25 out in front. As to Great Britain we remain, our next to go. It is Robert Whitaker. Robert with Mum Claire Whitaker's and Mandy Hall's USA Today. And Robert, well, an exceptional talent, and certainly got a very good string of horses at the moment, Corin.
He's got an amazing string of horses, and this little horse, Todd, he's a character if ever there was one.
Winner of the rankings class on the opening day back at Bolesworth in the summer. In fact, Robert won the 2 rankings classes on the first 2 days.
Yeah, he's a cheeky one, USA Today. He can have a bit of a buck and a play as well. All the jump, all the talent, all the scope, but just loves it. And sometimes that little cheekiness just gets him into trouble. Ridden by Charlotte Platt as a young horse, and then went from Charlotte to the Gillespie, Graham Gillespie, who actually owned him at the time. He jumped him in juniors up to European level. Then Louise rode him, and Robert rides him as well. It's been a very useful horse.
Robert.
That was a good turn inside there.
Certainly looking to challenge in this second phase.
Nice 6 strides down there. He was tight across that wing, tight back to this fence here. Maybe not quite as quick.
Still find a way into the top placings, though. Very good try, 33.15 is the final time there for Robert Whitaker with USA Today. So that sees Robert going into 6th place there. That is just the slowest of those double clears, just behind Louise Saywell in 5th, Shane Bring 4th, Robert Smith 3rd, William Vermeer and Emmanuel Guariano the top of the order. Well, to Ireland now. In fact, a former world champion. It's Dermot Lennon. Once again this year been in great form. Remember watching him win the Grand Prix at Royal Windsor back in May. Dermot then getting his Liverpool International Horse Show underway with Vampire.
Back in September at the Arena UK Festival. Dermot Lennon with his...
and Dermot Lennon becoming a huge fan of both Bolesworth and here.
Very quick against the clock as well.
Yeah, this year he won the first class at the Bolesworth 4-star show with Love View Lulu.
Well, in Dublin this year, had 2 very good wins there in the speed competitions, in the Speed Championship and in the Speed Derby.
Horse just came off the corner and ran him a little bit deep there to that double of verticals. So you can see Dermot's just steadied up a little bit.
Well, what a shame. Just the slightest touch on the back rail of that parallel as well. Coming get back to home, and it is 8 in the end. 38.17 the final time. Not to be today for Ireland's Dermot Lennon. He'll certainly be one to keep an eye on as well as the week progresses here, the days progress at Liverpool. Well, to Britain's leading lady rider now, Laura Renwick. Laura and Roller Coaster, owned by Laura and John. Another rider, in fact, fresh back from Meckland. I'm not quite sure she even managed a night at home between shows.
I don't think she spends many nights at home.
But she finished 5th in the World Cup out in Meckland just before New Year. Also had a very good show at Olympia.
And Laura just giving this horse a bit of time to jump this first round. Go, Laura. And Laura doesn't know how to go slow.
No, another, you can see the pace picked up the moment she landed. And into this jump off.
She's gone round there, but he's a big striding horse. It would have been very difficult for her to get inside there. She needs to keep him travelling and moving across the ground. He's at his best when he's like that. He's not a nippy speed horse. He can jump Nations Cups as well, this horse.
This is in touch.
Oh.
Well, and the last. 30.72, the final time. In fact, it would have been good enough for second, not quite quick enough. But in the end, those final two fences go down. It's not to be for Laura Renwick. Laura there goes into 10th.
And she's learned to go.
She didn't really do too much wrong there. Just sort of waggled a toe on it, really.
Well, another young lady that can be very quick against the clock if she can find her way into that second phase is next to go. Nicole Pavitt. Nicole is with us with the Virginia Quins Victor Blue. Combination that came back for Kiso in November and have just been getting back into the swing of things, as Nicole put it to me just before the class started, but feeling confident with how he's been going.
She's a fabulous rider though, Nicole. Of course, elder sister Louise just had another baby. Now, he can get a bit strong and a bit buzzy. She'll be wanting to just keep hold of him around this corner and just settle him for this last line, and then she can let the handbrake off. There we go.
29.25, you can see the time to beat.
And she's gone round and kept moving. I'm wondering if to go round and keep moving is just as quick.
I think it is. It is quite a fast-moving horse as well.
Good girl. Very good there.
2 to go.
You can see as soon as she lands, she moves him up a pace. 1 to go.
It's going to
Come
be
on,
close.
Nicole.
It's going to be very, very close. 29.77. Nip and tuck, but it's half a second off the lead. Nevertheless, a great round, and I'm sure, as you can see, she is happy with that. Over the moon, in fact. Nicole Pavitt there and Victor Blue. Well, combination certainly coming back strong. Second, though, it's still Italy Corin that
was an excellent round, and true Nicole, land from the fence, ride forward, save that 1/10 of a second on the landing from every fence.
Well, Emmanuel Guadiano may still lead, but a great round from Nicole Pavitt to go second. Moves Willem Vermeer back into third as we look now, well, to one of the legends of our sport, John Whitaker. John, who starts his Liverpool show off with the Old Lodgers Lord of Arabia. And he's jumped all over the world. 2015 was another phenomenal season for him.